Call the meeting to order of the Vergne Planning Commission, June 30th, 2015. We do have a quorum. Have the members looked at the minutes? Do I have a motion?
Make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to accept as submitted.
I have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Minutes are approved. New business. Final plat, Center Point, Lot 13, requested by Andrew Steele of Little John Engineering. Proposed two-lot subdivision, 108.2 acres. Property located between Center Point Way and Center Point Drive. Tax map 017, parcel 37.04. I-2, heavy industrial zoning district. Property owned by Vergne Development Company. Is that correct? Am I saying that correctly?
Panatone?
Panatone, okay. I'm sorry, thank you. Panatone. Okay, Ms. Costanza.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We had 9 technical items at the workshop for this two-lot final plat, and one of the main items was the construction plans needed to be approved by the city engineer. That has happened, and the other 8 items have all been taken care of with Mr. Steele, so I have no technical items to report tonight.
Members have any comments?
No comments. With everything been addressed, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
I have a motion to accept as submitted. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It is approved on the final plat. Item number 2, site plan. Center Point Lot 13, requested by Andrew Steele, Little John Engineering. Proposed 597,360 square foot warehouse building, 47.11 acres. Property located between Center Point Way and Center Point Drive. Tax map 017, parcel 37.04. I-2, heavy industrial zoning district. Property owned by Panatone Development Company. Ms. Costanza.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, we had 12 technical items at the workshop, mostly pertaining to just some details and grading and drainage. That has all been worked out with Mr. Steele, and we have no technical items to address tonight.
Okay. Members have any comments, questions, discussion?
All technical items been addressed, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
I have a motion to accept as submitted. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It is approved. Number 3, final plat, dedication of right-of-way for the East near Schreiberman Boulevard extension requested by Danny Womble of Womble and Associates, 1.52 acres, R2, medium density residential zoning district, property owned by Amnon Schreiberman. Ms. Costanza.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a final plat just to provide the right-of-way dedication for the extension of East near Schreiberman. And we had no technical items to address at the workshop, so we don't have any tonight as well.
Any discussion from the members?
Mr. Chairman, I think with everything we discussed at the workshop, we've got it handled, and with no technical issues, I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
I have a motion to accept as submitted. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. A motion and a second. Everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It is approved. Thank you. Number 4. Preliminary plat, Lieutenant Frank Walkup subdivision, requested by Danny Womble. 9 proposed single-family lots, 10.4 acres. Property located along Jones Mill Road. Tax map 075, parcel 24.13, R1 low density residential zoning district. Property owned by Amnon Schreiberman.
Mr. Chairman, we had 7 basic technical items that have all been addressed. We have received a copy of the proposed restrictive covenants, which I have on file at the office, and the utility locations and line sizes and the typical roadway section for Jones Mill Road has all been provided. So we have no technical items to address tonight.
I have one question for staff. I just want to verify lot 101 and 109 will have no access to Jones Mill Road, be directly off Lieutenant Frank Waltrip Boulevard.
It is, there's a note on the plat indicating that no access to Jones Mill Road will be allowed for those two lots.
Technical items been addressed, Mr. Chairman. I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
Have a motion to accept as submitted. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It is approved. Number 5, site plan Craters and Freighters requested by Huddleston Steel. Proposed 9,900 square foot warehouse building at existing site, 2.0 acres, property located at 131 Jones Boulevard, tax map 017, parcel 7.04, I-2, heavy industrial zoning district, property owned by Conley and Conley.
Mr. Chairman, in your packet, you will have a deferral request from the engineer. They did take our comments into consideration about combining all of the structures. They just didn't have quite enough time to work out all of the details on that, so I expect that we will have a new site plan from them next month.
Okay, so it's deferred for tonight then, okay. Very good, thank you. Item number 6, site plan Bless Brothers requested by Jude Laporte. Proposed retail building, 0.8 acres, property located at 210 Walden Road, tax map 015, parcel 27.00, I-2 heavy industrial zoning district, property owned by Jude Laporte.
Once again, Mr. Chairman, this was an item that had some difficulty pertaining to the location of the sewer. It was a last-minute discovery by the engineer, and with the applicant and the owner being out of the country, they need some more time, and they've asked for deferral on this item as well.
Okay, so this item is deferred as well, okay. Very good. Number 7, motion to approve surveyor certificate of correction, alteration of drainage easement, Pinnacle Point, Phase 3, requested by Scott Butler. Mr. Stanley.
Okay, this as we looked at this at the workshop, it was a discussion item. Tonight it will be a motion, there's a motion to approve or disapprove the surveyor's certificate of correction / alteration of the drainage easement for Pinnacle Point. Phase 3, there's the plat, which is also in your packet, and I've got some photos to show. Again, this is where Mr. Butler would like to file the certificate of correction for lots 103 and 104 only to amend the easement so that it fully includes the existing ditch that was not put in the in the location that it was originally supposed to go into, and it would alter the drainage easement from 10 feet wide to 25 on the southern boundary of lot 103, as well as alter the drainage easement from 10 feet to 18 feet on the southern boundary of lot 104. There's really no technical items to report. It's just, it's up to the will of the commission, and I guess we can look at these couple of photos up here that show the ditch area in the easement. And you can see where, I guess this fence, I believe, has been moved. It was over there. He's moved some trees and his fence line. And this person has also moved their fence out of the easement as well. So, okay, that's all the photos we have. So it would essentially just wrap around. I guess it would be wrapping around this direction. Is that right, Kyle?
So it create a bend in the drainage ditch.
Yeah,
Right.
There'll have to be a bend because
Yeah.
you look at this picture here, and there's a head wall next to this fence, and on the plat, it's gonna be between lot 100 and 199. This fence is on lot 99. The drainage ditch comes out and is completely on these lots. This right here is the property line, so the center line of this ditch needs to be actually right here. So on these lots, that's what's gonna have to happen no matter what. And once you get down to lot 103 and 104, which is gonna be roughly this area here, your ditch line will go, cause this is gonna have to move over here. The ditch line will be over here, and it's gonna curve out to this location and then curve back in if y'all allow this. And or stated earlier was this area here. This property owner's also already moved.
So the
The
fences have been moved
They've done moved everything out of
where
the
the-
easement and are ready to,
where the ditch can be
where
put
the
in this.
ditch can be put where it's
where
in
it's
its
supposed to be.
original location.
Okay.
So the ditch line will only be moved from lot 100 to 102, which will stop basically where this house is. You'll have two lots right here that the builder's currently still on, that they'll be moving it over,
Okay.
which, you know, we discussed several things at the workshop
Okay.
on that.
Some
Just to be
issues
sure,
with-
whenever you make a motion, if you, or, you know, if you're for it, you need to make a motion to approve it, and if you're not for it, then make a motion to deny it.
Tonight, okay, okay, okay.
So Carl, how will it impact, well, first of all, will the drainage ditch as portrayed, is that going to work? Going to give out any other issues when they change the ditch?
The drainage ditch will work, either way. It's just where that bend in the ditch line is. Anytime we've had bends in the ditch line in any other subdivision or location, that's usually a problem area because we will end up, it'll collect, you know, people's gonna throw stuff in the ditch naturally, where it always happens, and it'll always collect in those spots where it's got bends and things like that. So that's definitely a spot that we would be out more often if, you know, if a bend is left in it.
It's going to be a collection point, is it not?
Yes,
And that's going to cause,
it could cause erosion, could cause, you know, other things.
Okay. Maybe any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, because this is a request from, I guess, an applicant asking for the board to approve something in this particular instance, it might be wise if the applicant has anything to say
Would
to
you,
allow him to do so if he does.
would you like to come up? Yes, please. We know who you are, but if you would, state your name, please, for the record.
Scott Butler, the owner of Pinnacle Point subdivision. Whatever you guys decide is fine with me. We're gonna have to, Kyle's said that they're gonna have to re-inspect that whole phase for drainage and sewage for the bond to release, and this goes under the bond. And so I'm kind of waiting to see what all this is gonna cost, redoing the extra lots there. And then, to me, it's just not necessary to re-inspect the sewer and drainage. It's already been inspected, and I thought the final bond was just for the final paving. But he's informed me that they have to come back out and do a whole nother inspection, which means, you know, you probably have to clean out drainage, clean out sewers, and, you know, that's a big expense to do that. We've already done it twice, and when they released the subdivision, they've done it again. But now to release the bond, we have to do it a third time. So it's just all that's going to factor in under that bond and stuff. So, I mean, either way, whatever you guys decide, there's no hard feelings. It's just if the ditch needs to be straight, you know, I understand that, so that's all right.
Okay. Thanks, Scott. Thank you. All right. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion that I think the ditch should be, as initially proposed, should be a straight through.
So what we need to do is make the motion to deny
Yes.
the request, okay?
So
So if you would state it that way.
I make a motion to deny the request.
And before you second that, if you'd state the basis for the motion of denial, if there's any reasons that you want to put.
I think it could be a safety issue, it could be a costly issue, because someone, and it's probably going to be the city, is going to have to go out there and clean those ditches from time to time to get the debris out of it. And that's an expense that the city doesn't need. And, you know, two wrongs don't make a right. If we make it straight now the way it was supposed to be in the first place, there's less chance for problems to evolve later on down the road, in my opinion.
Okay. Is that adequate, counsel? Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. I think we'll take a roll call on this one then.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. So everyone voted aye, so it is denied the request. Okay. All right. Number 8, resolution to amend the municipal zoning ordinance as it pertains to the installation of streetlights.
Mr. Chairman, even though we had discussed this at the workshop and I got the sense that it would be an item to vote on tonight, because it's the purview only of the Planning Commission, we have to hold a public hearing first, and it has to be advertised for 30 days. So there was no way for us to do that in between the workshop.
Workshop and that,
So
okay.
The city administrator has informed me that because the way the calendar falls, the next meeting will be July 28th.
Right.
Today being the 30th, we don't have 30 days.
So
So
it'll
this
be
will be,
August.
this will be all voted on in August.
Okay.
But at least it's in good shape to be
Will,
voted
will we
on.
have any more discussion at the next workshop about it, or are we in pretty good shape?
I
as far
think
as-
we're in good shape, but it's up to, that's the sense that I got from the from the
think-
previous
Yeah,
workshop.
I think we would work through it all and then just go through the procedure.
Okay, so we'll look forward to this one in August.
Yes, so
Okay.
we technically need to defer it according to,
Okay.
the city's attorney and the city administrator, so,
Okay,
just to
Alright.
follow the rules.
very good. Number 9, bonds and letters of credit update.
Mr. Chairman, everyone should have a current copy of the bond list in front of them. Everything is up to date, and maybe to clear up some confusion of what was stated a while ago. Pinnacle Point Phase 3, that's a maintenance letter of credit, it's for maintenance. We always keep after the city accepts a subdivision, we make the developer keep a maintenance letter of credit for 1 year. And we always inspect that a couple of months prior to it expiring, that way the city's not bearing the cost of the maintenance that should be taken care of, so.
That's why you have the maintenance bond.
That's why we have it.
That's why you have it. That's why. I
That's why we
understood.
do an inspection, just to make
Okay.
sure it's all taken care of.
Very good, very good. Thank you for your good work there, sir. Do we have anything else to come before the board tonight? I declare us adjourned. Thank you.